Hello, adventurers, and welcome to Grognard and Friends, a D&D live stream with monsters, mayhem, friends, and a little bit of magic. And speaking of the friends, let's tune in and check out this week's episode of Grognard and Friends. When last we left the friends, Gaius had met up with an old friend from a previous life for an evening of games of chance, and this is your life. Meanwhile, the rest of the friends had decided to go and visit an old acquaintance, the Professor Prudence Sparklebottom, at her club, the Ratskeller. Along the way, they saw some suspicious activity with some men and a waiting carriage. Reed, being the good Samaritan, went to warn the carriage, only to have it explode into fiery flames as it pulled away. What followed was the kind of confusion that occurs when there is a crowd and some sort of policing-type entity. In this case, the city guards. Things got even more confusing when the guards began to question the friends. Reed took the, what, who, me defense? While Nikita went hard on the pled insanity route. And Butt Trumpet went all Toy Story on everyone by going, "Andy's coming," and going all limp like Buzz Lightyear. The result that they were taken to the guard post, quote-unquote, for questioning. They were put in a cell together next to two cells, jam-packed with strung-out university students, and one guard questioning, two wild magic surges, one geological catastrophe, and one college student's death by crushing. Later, the friends are sitting back in their cell, reassessing their situations and their life choices. Meanwhile, on the other side of the library district, Gaius is coming in late after his evening of gambling, only to wonder where the hell everybody went, and having to deal with a strangely behaving neon-colored bunny rabbit the size of a bulldog that smelled strangely of bacon. Finally, he met up with Eldred, who was able to tell him that everyone was in jail, it appeared. That is where we left Gaius and Eldred on their way to go and check out the guard post and find out what was going on. Now, Gaius, being that last session we kind of mixed some things up with the time periods of going back and forth, some things happened in the cell that I was not expecting, so we're going to
what?
You know, a Sunday night. We're going to take you back a little bit. Not too much is going to change, but instead of you being there, I'm going to retrace your steps just a little bit. So you're on en route. You you pass through the square that has the statue, the magic shop, and the gates to the universities, and you go a couple more blocks. Give me a perception check, please.
All right. 15.
Okay. You, as you're headed down the street past the university, you're coming up on a cross street with kind of like a side street / alley, and you see two people kind of sticking their heads out of the alley, looking both ways frantically. Seeing you, they pause for a moment, then look at each other, and then bolt across the street, going down the alley on the other side. They look to be roughly, college-age kids. Then as you head further up, another block or so, what has been a normally quiet street, you hear whispering and muttering from some of the side alleys. And when you look down them, you do notice more college-age kids kind of running down them and skittering about between different places. Some of them looking like they're trying to hide. Others are just hightailing it out of there. And this all happens kind of like as you exited the square with the university, the magic shop, and the statue, you heard a pretty loud rumbling and the crashing of something way up ahead in the distance. It wasn't like monumentally loud, but in the quiet of 4 a.m, it definitely was noticeable. And then you came upon these college students everywhere.
Did someone's house party get raided? It seems like a thing
Eldred says,
It seems like a thing they do, right?
Eldred says, this is the school I'm going to be looking into going in? Cool.
Yeah, I mean, hell, I might go.
Hey, come along. Yeah, we'll be frat brothers.
Wonder.
He goes, it's right up here. And you after you've seen these kids all running around, running in the opposite direction down alleyways and such, you get to the edge of a large square, and there is just mayhem everywhere. There are guards blowing whistles. They're all over the square. They're crowded around the front of the building that Eldred points out was the guard post. And you see two guards to the left dragging what looks like a limp form. And when you look closer, it looks to be a limp form of a college-age student. And they're just kind of dragging them towards the building. But everyone else is it's almost like an Easter egg hunt on acid. They're just everywhere searching and blowing over here. No, nothing here. Go. It's on the other side. And they're just milling about. There's kind of a couple people giving orders. There's some crowds around that door to that building, but pretty much they're frantically looking around. They haven't come down the street you're on yet, and you kind of can see this at this point. But what do you do?
Eldred, I think we could play concerned citizen. It seems like some kind of bullshit just happened. I can go in and say, I'm a healer, I can help. Who's hurt? Kind of thing. What do you think? I think that's a good play to get in there and hopefully either determine if they're still in there or where they're at or if they've caused this.
What, me?
No, not you. But yeah, what do you think? That sounds like a good plan, yeah? No,
Eldred.
I'm talking to you. You, Eldred, you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm talking to one of my longest friends in this world. Eldred, what the hell's wrong with you?
You see he's looking down the way you came, and as you look further down, you see about 3 college co-eds running down the street but right before they duck down an alley.
This university's so cool. All right, let's go.
Wait a minute, go where?
Get my. I'm just gonna start my cards building or whatever. Making sure my vest's been proper, and just kind of walking up and, gentlemen, I'm a healer, cleric.
Oh, you see a guard who sees you and says halt, and one of the other ones says no, he's too old.
Hey, and also, didn't you hear me the last second? I'm a healer. Apparently some kind of shenanigans are going down. Is anyone hurt? Do you need my help?
He says, no, we've got everything under control here.
Are you sure? There's nobody injured? I could practically bring people back from the dead.
No, everything's fine. Have you seen any college students running around?
There were so many back there. I thought like somebody's house party got out of control.
As you start talking, he whistles and says, I need a battalion this way, a squad. And a whole bunch of them start running past you and going down the street.
Yeah. Alleys to the left and the right. And down one more side street. Are there still people in front of me stopping my way?
They're closer to the building. And Eldred looks at you and goes, we'll never be invited to the frat parties if you keep doing this stuff.
Oh, do you think those drunks are going to remember? A, they don't. And B, let's be real. We have people in here, right?
Oh, yeah, I almost forgot about them. Hey, it's 4 in the morning, right. You know?
Yeah, you haven't stayed up late one time? Come on.
I stayed up late, but,
Yeah, but you're acting late. Anyway, we continue
I need my
on
beauty
toward the
magic
building.
sleep.
I don't think that's okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do enjoy long rests, but we can basically, I'm just going to keep bullying my way forward, distracting guards with the stories of college students run amok in places, offering my healing services.
Uh, Not a lot of people are paying you any mind. Every now and then,
Excellent.
uh, some people run by you and everything. It's a matter of where you're going.
I'm leaving my way, and basically, I think I'm going to try getting into the building.
Okay, so you're going to go to the front of the building. You see one person on either side of the front door. One of them looks to be more decorated than the other, and you see two other guards just to the right, a little closer to you. They're talking, they're pointing in different directions, like they seem to be disagreeing about which way to do something.
Gentlemen, I hate to interrupt.
These two kind of seem to
Move in on us.
just kind of get on either side of you to kind of just check things out there.
Oh, guys, it's all right. I take out the documentation that I have. It's like, I've worked with a guard before, but I'm a healer. It seems like something's going on, and I was passing by. I wanted to make sure my services for, is any guardsmen hurt or anyone else in need of healing?
No, we have everything under control here, sir.
Oh, okay. Just seemed like a whole bunch of stuff going down. I apologize. So no one hurt, no one need last rites or anything. It's because you guys are going kind of. What happened? There's a bunch of college students just sprinting around alleyways and stuff when I was walking this way.
He says, where did you see this, sir?
Oh, if you head back toward the main square, University Way, I saw them, fleeing past me back toward that direction.
Okay. He calls off to a group. He looks over to the one guy on one side of you and says, "Get a squad headed down there and get that entire area. Check that out." And the guy runs off and says, "Yes, sir."
Yeah, it's they were running. They weren't standing still. So I doubt they're still there, but
they are. We'll find them. So I
mean,
appreciate your help, sir.
Oh yeah, so like I said, I've worked with the guard on numerous occasions since I've come to town only a couple weeks ago. So what may I ask what happened? That I get some drunken college kids like breaking up a party or something. At least that's what it seemed like at first, but this is more like a jailbreak than a house party being broken up, which is what I originally assumed.
Well, you're right on both accounts, unfortunately. It's just a matter of the timing. One came before the other.
So a house party was broken up, and then the college students broke loose?
Not so much a house party. You've heard of the sudden rash of pixie here in the area?
Pixie, is that it's a drug of some form?
Yeah, it's called pixie.
Right?
It's called fairy dust, pixie dust, and some people refer to it as squid.
Oh, okay. Yes. It sounds familiar. As a cleric, I heal and deal with many different ailments. I may have run into it and not realized that's what was affecting. So all these kids are hopped up on drugs.
Yeah, it's a hallucinogenic, and it also really hypes them up. And but in this particular case, the main problem was it gives them they need to eat sugar, it seems, afterwards. At the end of as things start mellowing out, they really need sweets things. And there was a candy shop not too far from here, and they all kind of broke into it in a mob and tore the place apart, stealing anything they could get their hands on. And we were able to rile them up, and we were able to get them down there. But they're from the university, which we didn't really think about until we forgot that, some of them must have been arcane students, because they did something and ended up destroying part of the lower level of the prison. So,
Oh my. Well,
and a good portion of the upper level too.
oh dear. Well, myself and my compatriot here are both arcanely able. Do you potentially need our services? Maybe examine what the kids did in there or anything like that?
No, we're going to be in contact with the university sometime, not in the not too distant future. You know, once it's daylight and people are awake, uh, and we'll
Okay.
deal with that then.
Well, so no need of our services then.
Not at this time, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. So I guess to get the layout, Paul, are we currently in the guard area, or is the building just in front of us the guards building?
The guard post is right in front of you. You are
Okay, so it's
you can see
just
the
that building in
door
front of
straight
us.
ahead if you look at it.
Oh yeah, no, no. I just wasn't sure if the buildings surrounding us were also related to the guard, or if they were just other like, es- you know, library district buildings.
Oh, all the buildings around are various different things. No
I got you.
shops. There seems to be there are buildings that mostly are unmarked, so they might be residences. They
Okay,
might be kind of warehousing type buildings. You're not sure.
I got no. You have the lighting is working perfectly. I can only see things that are illuminated, so I had no idea what the other buildings were. At least from my perspective on high. All right then. I guess we won't bother you anymore. And Eldred, I guess we'll continue on our way.
Okay.
And and once we're out of earshot, I'm like, well, let's go around back and see if there's
Okay. When you
way
say
to
out of earshot,
like I guess. Oh dear. Just heading in kind of like one random direction and up away from. There's a lot of guards. So kind of up and around the corner, like to the left, Paul.
okay.
So yeah, I go up around the left side of the building, around the corner, kind of just once that I guess I've established myself as friends of the guards. I kind of wait until we're out of earshot from any guard and just go to Eldred like, let's see if we can find either another way in or some way to assist. Oh, also, this is why I did it, just to reconfirm if they're in there or not.
I'm going to take it inside
Yep.
to one of the cells as we speak, and take it back to Nikita and Reed and Butt Trumpet. Butt Trumpet is not able to join us this evening, so they have, anytime someone comes in, they're just kind of, you hear them say, Andy's coming, and then they drop limp. Okay, so you finally squeezed Butt Trumpet through the bars covered in bacon grease. They're kind of trying to get it off their nose and trying to get it off their backside, and also like you see their tongue coming out and licking at it a little bit. But
Sorry. Just not good.
what?
No, you did.
So
That's old grease.
Reed and
Paul.
Nikita,
Very
what do
old.
you do?
What's the status of the cell area? So we have one cell of hooligans that have escaped. One got squished. One was behind the door, and then there's a separate cell with more of them.
Yeah, so what we'll say is if you make the room basically a square, your cell is on the north wall. The cell that's still filled with college students is on the east wall. The door and some other stuff is on the south wall. And the cell that is on the west wall is the one that these large stone pillars broke up through the stone floor, causing havoc and crushing one of the students as they burst through the ceiling. They're like 10-foot by 10-foot pillar, or let's say like 6 or 7 foot by 6 or 7 foot stone pillars that just kind of went up at angles, like no common angle, just kind of went up,
Oh,
burst
okay.
through the floor, throwing stones everywhere, and then burst through the ceiling. You can actually see some light coming through here and there from little places up there. And the way it came up bursting, one of them came up bursting through the floor, actually dislodged the bars from their mooring in the ceiling and on the one side from the floor. And that's what all the college students did to exit out, and they got really lucky because someone didn't lock the door into the cell area.
Paul, do I still have my lockpicks, or did the guards take them?
You have your lockpicks. The only thing you guys don't have are any weapons or armor you are wearing.
What do you think? Should we just
I mean,
go ahead?
Should we? I could. I mean, I could probably pick the lock if we wanted to run, but I don't think they're gonna know that we did anything because we didn't do anything, right? So
No, we
should
did
wait?
nothing.
Yeah,
I
we should
almost
wait,
feel
right?
like I'm thinking we should wait just because if we run, it'll be harder to get our stuff back that they took from us. And I just
Right.
fucking bought a lot of that with Gaius' money, even. So I'm gonna need that back.
Okay. Yeah, I
Um,
had my sword peace bonded, but they took it. So
yeah. So I don't know if running would really help. It would just make us look worse. And they know
Yeah.
we're down here. That one guard came down and talked to us. Hopefully we can just
Yeah.
sit tight and Gaius and Eldred can come and talk sense into them.
okay. I mean, it's got to be like really early morning, right? So
I
I just feel
have a
bad.
lot of crap.
Did you see that one kid get squished?
I did,
He got-
and I heard it
Yeah.
too. That was disturbing.
Yeah.
That was new. That was
You hear
new.
butt
It's a-
trumpets say, "I am so sorry."
You don't seem to have control over it. Maybe we should teach you to use weapons because casting for you seems to have some really weird fucking side effects.
Okay. If you think that's best.
It is probably good to round out your abilities anyway, just in case someone gets too close, you can stabbity stab. But oh, I know you use a crossbow too. That's true. But still,
Just keep pretending you're a doll until we get out of here, at least.
And they just go
yeah.
limp. They go, okay, and go limp.
I will start cleaning them if I still have. I think I still have Reed's scarf, or did I give it back to you?
You still had it, I think.
Okay. I will try to start cleaning off Butt Trumpet like they're a very prized possession, and I want to make sure nothing gets damaged. That's me cleaning with their ears.
And butt trumpet says, "Thank you so much.
Sorry
I can
about the
feel it
baking.
seeping into my pores."
I can imagine you're going to have a terrible breakout after this. Wait, do you get pimples?
I don't know, but I think I'm going to need to learn the proactive spell.
Definitely. I would recommend this.
What are there guards running around, Paul, or anything? Are there?
Well, what happened is that happened there. You heard upstairs like running around all over the place, and like shouts and stuff that you couldn't really make out, but you kind of definitely got the feel for what was going on. And at one point, a group of about 4 or 5 guards came down and came in, and they just all stood looking in the cell and at the bars, kind of going, what the fuck? Damn magic kids. You know? This job would be so much easier if it wasn't for those fucking magic kids. You know, you can't even just do your patrols anymore without like weird donkeys and magical flying underwear getting in your way, you know? Yeah, remember that time there was that flying beer keg? Yeah, what the fuck was that all about? It was spraying beer all over the place. Fucking magic kids. And then from the cell next to you guys, you hear one of them going, "Dude, we're like right here." And they just kind of look at him, shake their head, go out, and make a really big procession of making sure they lock the door.
Maybe we should
How
just...
are you doing? You're not still actively bleeding, are you?
No, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. And if Gaius comes in the morning, then you know he can fix me up.
This sounds good. What do the college kids left seem to be doing now? Are they trying to escape or come up with spells or something? Or
Well, when all the original kids started running out of the cell and through the door, they were like, "The keys are right there. Hey, let us out." And they just ignored them and they ran out. And at this point, these kids just seem partially kind of crashing, if you understand what I mean by that. It's kind of like all the energy is kind of leaving them, and they're kind of, you don't know if they're getting really tired, or it's just like all of a sudden they started a while ago having a lot of energy and kind of talking and joking around and thinking this was all funny and cool and everything. And then that happened, and their whole kind of demeanor kind of changed, and they started getting a lot more like sleepy babies almost to a certain degree, and kind of bummed out.
okay,
Well,
so they're not currently causing any trouble then. I guess
yeah.
we just wait patiently. Are you able to sleep or?
Oh, I'm sure I could take a nap. Just
Go for it.
Reed goes to a back corner, curls up.
Okay. Shortly afterwards, a couple guards reopen the door, and the guard who questioned you earlier comes through with two other guards one on either side of her, in armor that's making a lot of noise. And the one guard goes up and kind of runs his kind of metal glove up and down the bars, saying, "Wake up." And they all look at each other and then look at the guard and go, "Dude, like we're all standing." And he just steps back and seems to ignore them. And the other guard, the female who questioned you, steps forward and says, "Can only help you, kids. I want to know which of your friends were responsible for this damage, and what the names of those who ran out and left you high and dry to take the full blame for everything that was done. I just want their names." And they wait, and the kids just kind of look each other and kind of seem to be giving each other some knowing looks, and then they step to the back of the cell and then fit as many of them themselves on the bench as possible and just kind of sit there crossing their arms. And she goes, "Okay, thought I'd give you a chance."
Are we able to hear that conversation?
Oh, yeah,
yeah. Okay.
And you, Nikita, thinking about it, you're well aware that they saw Butt Trumpet walk from the other cell and disappear into the other cell. It like, even to you, like, if you didn't know the tendency for Butt Trumpet to have these weird effects happen when they cast spells, this particular thing, you would never have been able to pinpoint that it was them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but you know they did see Butt Trumpet exit the cell and then come over to you, and you guys smear bacon grease all over them and pull them in. And
Yep.
the weird noises Butt Trumpet made trying to fit through the bars. Um, so you know they know that, and you kind of, as you're thinking about that, you look over and there's Butt Trumpet kind of spread eagled on the floor playing, playing doll.
I would not leave them on the floor. I would keep them beside me at all times. I am
Okay.
very attached to my favorite doll.
Okay. Well, they're right next to you then, and
Okay.
the guards go to leave again, and one of the one who ran his glove up and down the bars to get their attention says, "Hey, Captain, what about these two?" And she looks at them and says, "No, no, I think they're too old to have been involved in that. Uh, I'm still looking into the other stuff. I'm not sure they're smart enough to have been involved in that, but we'll see." And then they go through the doors.
Sometimes it is good when they think you are dumb. Sometimes you're just dumb like me. You don't have to ask.
But Trumpet goes, "I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been called far worse, believe me."
That was
I
kind of
can
rude.
imagine. No, it was rude, but they're trying to get. You know how sometimes the people who become guards are like the worst dicks? They're the ones who like bullied you growing up and then they feel like they can continue doing it because they're now a guard. Yeah.
I mean, I've been called dumb, but I've never been called old.
Ah,
I,
how old are you? I don't remember.
I don't
Should
really
I not
know.
ask? Is that a bad question?
You
I
know
don't
what,
really
Reed?
know.
Reed, give me a perception check.
11.
11. 11, that's enough. Reed, you realize when they said that, they seemed to be directing the entire thing towards Nikita, that guard. Because you're in the back in the corner with your head down.
Ouch.
Oh. Okay. Oh. Maybe they were. No, never mind, Nikita.
Okay. That's. I have thick dwarven skin. Well, apparently not with the sun. But anyway, yeah.
Thick, wrinkled
I do
dwarven
hope-
skin.
Yeah.
I do hope Gaius and Reed. I do hope Gaius and Eldred find us.
I do hope so too. Maybe we should. It took us. It took all three of us to look out the window, and what would we see? Like their feet? I don't know if I could identify them from their feet.
Yeah, it's night, so there seems to be a lantern above where you're not directly above your window, but on somewhere above the wall that the window's on. And you see just feet going back and forth, and ever since these kids ran out, there seemed to be like, at first all you heard were kids calling to each other, and then all of a sudden in the distance, then you heard whistles and the tramping of armored feet and everything, and now all you see are these guard feet everywhere you look. Not like lined up, but you see a lot of movement here and there.
I mean, if you want, I could climb up the wall and look out the window, but I think there's just feet up there.
It certainly looks that way. Let's as long as we're okay, I think it's probably safest to stay in here. If we got outside now, they would accuse us of everything. So
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Maybe Eldred and Gaius will eat breakfast and come get us.
nah.
Yeah. We'll just wait.
Okay.
Do you can I ask Rita can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Do you like Eldred?
Um, I mean, I trust him.
Oh, okay.
He seems like he knows a lot of stuff. So
This is true. This is true.
he's not as
I
he's
am
not
not
as
used
friendly
to
to
the
me as he's not as friendly to me as Gaius, but that's okay.
yeah. It's
I
the
think
sarcasm. I'm not used to the sarcasm.
I mean just between you and me, I think
Yeah.
sometimes I think I annoy people.
I don't know. I don't think so. You don't annoy me,
Oh, well,
so
thank you.
that is fine. I think you are very pleasant and friendly.
Oh, well, thank you.
The footy pajamas I don't understand, but to each their own.
From next to you, you
They're just
go, hey, careful.
You are
they're just really
allowed footy
comfy.
pajamas.
They're really comfy. That's all.
Yes, they are. And you see the doll kind of figure laying down next to Nikita all of a sudden stick up a little dragon pajama covered hand to do a high five with you. But Trumpet says, you ought to try some. We could probably get some your size, Nikita. Then no one would notice because we just blend in.
This is I am not good at blending in. I would hate to ruin what you've got going.
Yeah, you got that right, probably, actually.
Yeah. Besides, can you imagine a dragon wearing my helmet? That would just be really weird.
But Trumpet kind of scratches their long ears sticking out of the pajamas. Goes, yeah, that would really be noticeable.
That would be really cool, though.
A dragon wearing a helmet.
But Trumpet goes, yeah, that would be cool.
Okay.
I don't know if Eldred and Gaius could take much more of that, though, if we all started wearing pajamas.
Maybe we should get Eldred some dragon pajamas.
That would work. I think he would like that very much.
We just have to
And then
make sure.
Gaius' head would explode.
Well, yeah, we see where being near explosions gets us.
Duh.
But I think if we got Eldred some dragon jammies, as long as they weren't necromancer colored, he'd like them.
Well, then we will have to very carefully get his measurements and buy some for him for whenever his birthday is. Maybe once we rescue all the children, or as many as we find.
The hand comes up to high five you now. I like this. And we'll head back outside to Gaius.
Well, all right. I guess. Hold on. You know what? Let's double check to make sure they're actually in there. And they didn't escape with all the college students. And reach in, pull out a fancy twig, tap it a couple times, and. Okay. That small carved object I gave Butt Trumpet, where the hell are you? And basically, I'm like. Casting locate object, but also look like I'm dowsing for water.
Okay, it is in. Is there any sort of thing that has to be rolled for that, or is it just automatic?
No, it's
if it's within 1,000 feet, right?
Correct. Yeah, unless is the building lead lined?
No, it's in the building.
Okay.
It just seems to be somewhere in the building.
Somewhere in the building.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, I guess I'm gonna circumnavigate the building a little bit, like as I got the stick out, seeing if I get closer, try to figure out maybe what side of the building, also to make sure it's just not like on the far side of the said building, outside somewhere. So
far
just
side, you mean like the rubber chicken factory side?
No, not Far Side Comics, though. I do enjoy those. Yeah, so I'm just circumnavigating the building, confirming that at least the object I gave Butt Trumpet is in there. And maybe trying to get an idea of if they are in there, what side of the building they're on.
What you
Suspicious guy with a stick at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, hey, I'm a cleric. There's rituals we got to do sometimes. All right. Sometimes it's real early. Sometimes it's real late.
we got
Sometimes it's
code
with
3.
one.
Are you
Religious guy
shaming
with
my
a-
religion right now?
Me? Shaving the religion.
Yeah, did I? I think I'm losing my hearing.
Are you shaming the religious guy right now for his belief? You may or may not.
Oh,
Shame.
shame.
What
Shame.
wasn't that an REM song, Shaving My Religion?
No, that was shaving my religion. Yeah.
Close enough. Whatever.
Okay, guys, as you go around, you get the feeling that it's definitely in the building, a little towards the back side of the building, but you're getting kind of a floor level feel to it. Like Butt Trump is probably laying down on the floor or something at this point.
Gotcha. So as I'm going around, Paul, I'm noting windows, doors, means of escape for said compatriots.
What you notice is at the front of the building, there are two, one kind of on near the corners are these small vent-like building windows, but with bars. Like it's maybe a little over half a foot tall, but maybe 2 feet wide with bars. And then there's one on each of the other walls. The same sort of, it's like at the cobblestone level of the wall.
So, I guess as I know, like when I notice them, if there's no guards like in the immediate area, I might like bend down to tie my shoe near there and be like, "Reed, Nikita, butt trumpet, anyone?"
So,
and then I'll wait for a second to see if there's a response. If not, I'll just get up and go.
Okay.
If that's the case, if there's no response.
You do that to the first one that you came around when you first went around the corner. From after talking to the guards. And there's just, when you get down there, it's a smell of dust. It's very, very dusty. You're not sure if it's dust or what, but like when you bend down, when you go to say something, it's tough because there's this kind of dust coming out of the window.
All right, well, if not there, then I will move on to the next.
Okay, you go around the backside. Reed or Nikita, either both of you give me a perception check or one of you with advantage.
You do it with advantage.
Got it. Perception, you said?
Yes, please.
15.
Okay. Gaius, what do you say?
Reed, Nikita, butt trumpet, anyone in there?
Guys!
Oh.
Guys?
Thank God.
We're down here.
All right. What? All of
We're down
you?
here. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
They took Nikita's stuff and my sword.
Delightful.
You have to tell them we're heroes. Tell them we're heroes.
What are you accused of?
Hopefully nothing yet. A cart blew up.
What did it?
And I was trying to warn the people, and it blew up, and it knocked me around, and then Nikita yelled at the guards, and they threw in a good way though. She meant to help, of course. And now we're stuck in here, and I don't think they know butt trumpet's real, so they're trying to. She's
Okay.
pretending she's a doll.
That's very important information that we keep our lives straight. Okay. Fuck. All right.
It's
That would have
about
been real
that
bad.
time that a guard says, "You, what are you doing down there on your knees by the wall there?"
Well, I was actually, I stand up and was like, my name is Gaius. I've worked for the guard in the past, and some compatriots of mine I thought were lost, but apparently, they're in your building. I guess, can I talk to whoever's in charge, please? See, there seems to be a problem, or maybe a mistake. I was off doing something on my own, and then I went back to our inn, and they were all gone, so I used magic to find them, and apparently they're in your building for some reason. I don't know if they're locked up, or if they're maybe here helping with the apparently college kid breakout that has occurred.
Kind of. Give me a persuasion or deception check, your choice, depending on what you're doing.
This is more persuasion. I mean, I'm not lying to these people. It's 14.
He rolled a big old 2. He goes, "Come with me." He takes you around the corner.
Assuming to the right side of the building, Paul.
Yeah.
I think Gaius is here. He's going to get us out.
Oh, that is wonderful. At least we do not have to wait too much longer.
I wonder if he found Eldred, too.
I certainly hope so.
So he takes you around the corner, and the guard there he takes you to a door that has a guard on either side, and they say, "This guy here says that some of his friends were here helping with something. He thinks. Could you get the sergeant?" And the guard's like, "He's not in a very good mood with everything that's going on. He's a little busy with all these, college kids." "I know, but if he's not, too indisposed or too pissed off, maybe this guy can help." "Okay. I don't think he's going to be happy, though." And he
Guard
takes
Eeyore.
the butt of his spear and kind of bangs it on the door 3 times. And a little window opens up and says, "Yes." Says, "Someone out here, sir, says that we have someone inside and he wants to help us." And from inside there's a pause, and then you hear, "What?"
Worst game of telephone.
Yeah, I agree. That was weirdly worded the way he said it.
And he says, "Guy out here wants to see you regarding some people and help." From inside you hear, "Oh, God, what the..." It shuts the thing, and you hear a bunch of locks opened, and out the door comes another guard, decorated not too dissimilarly from the one at the other door, and looks at the guard and says, once again, in common this time. And the guard that brought you around says, it was me, sir. I brought these 2 around. They were walking around the building. I'm not sure what they were doing, but they said that, well, here they are. You ask them. I don't want to say anything wrong and cause any problems, sir. I'll just, is it okay if I go back to my patrol, sir?" And he looks at him and goes, "Get the hell out of here." Yes, sir, and turns around and kind of walks very briskly away and around the corner.
The Barney Fife of guards.
Yeah, not the sharpest tool in the shed, apparently.
Well, with the bitch and the fog and everything, and no one wants to work in the city.
It's a solid logic behind that as well, yes.
So yes, what can I do for you, sir? We are in the middle.
Oh.
It's kind of a bad time. We've had terrorist activity, plus we have
Oh,
college
my.
students.
Oh, almost as bad. Was not aware of that first part. I apologize. Good morning, by the way, Sergeant.
Good morning.
Name
to
is
you, sir.
Gaius. I take out the documentation that I've had. It's like we've worked with the guard before, doing work out bitch way and all that stuff. The reason why I'm asking is, and the reason why your man found me circling the building is, I was using a spell called Locate Object because two of our compatriots went missing the other day. So I used it to detect an object that I left with them in case, they disappeared. And it seems that it pointed me to your building. I mean, granted, when I was coming up here, I did help some of your guardsmen and point them in the direction of those college kids that apparently had broken out or whatever the hell that nonsense was about. But I was curious if you had either a dwarf or a halfling in the building, either help. I don't know if they're the halfling. He's also rushing headlong into a situation, help out anybody at a moment's notice, whether he's thinking about it or not. And then the dwarf is generally behind,
Gotcha.
usually complaining about the halfling.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we have them.
Oh. Are they helping you? What's the deal?
Well, this episode of Grognard and Friends brought to you by Seven Rivers Travel. This week's special travel offer is the Bitchway Tour. If you have the desire to visit the colorful, foggy reaches of a desolate pit into the center of the planet, come see Seven Rivers Bitchway Tours. On special to the end of the week. And if you order within the first 3 moments, we will give you a free gas mask. Bitchway Tours, Seven Rivers' biggest attraction. So the guard says, yes, they are in here for terroristic activity, actually, or suspicion thereof.
Okay. I guess, what can I do to help you guys out with that? Because I can guarantee that they're not terrorists. Either vouch for their character, also maybe help with the terrorist stuff. What exactly, you say terrorist activity, what exactly happened?
Okay, well, first things first, you said that you can vouch that they're not terrorists. Can you vouch for their sanity? Because one of the reasons they're in here is because, well, the one was acting, what was the word the guard used? Oh, yes, batshit crazy.
Which, let me inquire. Was it, wait, hold on, they're both short. Was it the less shorter of the two? The dwarf, right? That was acting a little...
Bingo, got it in one.
Well,
that kind of
listen,
just reinforces my concern here.
Oh, well, you see, oddly enough, if you were to actually have seen what her helmet that she classically wears all the time looks like right now, once again, when we were down looking for the kids out on the east side there, she took a wicked hit to the noggin, and she is still a little punch drunk. I mean, we've only been back like 2, maybe 3 days from coming out of that, so she might be a little frazzled. Like I said, I'm the party healer. That kind of stuff takes a little bit of time to wear off, concussions and whatnot.
Wait a minute. You said looking for the children in the eastern districts?
Like the bitch side?
Yeah.
Am I getting my eastern
Or
right?
as you said, bitch way.
Oh, sorry. Over by in the bitch area. Is that
Yeah.
not on the eastern side? Am I getting that
That's the
confused?
eastern districts, yeah.
This is,
You're in the
this is
western
Chris
districts
talking.
now, yeah.
Now, yes, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, we were over on the looking for the missing kids just a couple days ago. So I guess that's also, and obviously the guards over in the colonnade could corroborate that we were down there. Now, I guess depending upon what kind of terrorism that they're accused of, there's been a bunch of like fires or something on the side of the West District, right?
Yeah,
In relation to that?
Also explosions, but that's been throughout the entire city.
Well, the reason why I'm bringing it up is there have been times where we were actually doing guard work down in the sewers when some of these have occurred. So, like, it would be impossible for them to have been there for those. So, I guess who do I talk to either help you guys figure out that way you're not accusing the wrong people of a crime? That way we can actually catch the people who are setting and blowing things up. Also, would you like help from people that have done good work catching people blowing things up for you as well, if that is a job you guys are hiring for?
So you have experience catching people who blow things up? Is that what you're saying?
Well, we have experience helping the guard out. I was just saying, like, I know in the colonnade they had a couple jobs where they were requesting mercenary work. I didn't know if you guys were also having the same issue over, or had the same offers over here. I was just, like I said, I've been trying to be a helpful citizen and good Samaritan for a little bit of coin, kind of thing.
Understood. Well, experience with terroristic explosions versus helping out the guard with, some sword for hire is vastly different. But
Yes.
You mentioned the children. You were involved with that?
Yes, we were the first team to bring back any of the kids.
Oh, you were part of that unnamed group?
Oh, yes. Yeah, we're still working on the group name. We're really, to be quite honest, I know, and I jerk my thumb back at Eldred, I've known him for a long while. The halfling...
As you say that,
he's-
Eldred kind of leans over your shoulder, waves, and says, "Hi."
Yeah, it's easier. I'm a cleric healer. He's a wizard. You have like I said, it's a newer party that we've just formed up with some folk we met here in Seven Rivers, so we don't have an official name yet. We've been shopping it around, but every time we're doing it, we're kind of drunk, and all the names sound terrible in the morning. You know how that goes.
You look over.
You ever try to make a name for a trivia night at the bar, and it's just awful? And you cringe every time they call your name for the next thing that they ask.
You see this guard kind of nodding a lot, but he seems to be paying more attention to his nails than anything else. And then when you stop kind of waiting for a reaction, he's like, yeah. For that sort of thing, you'll have to talk to the captain. Follow me.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to take you to the captain. If you're bullshitting me and this turns out to be a problem, your life's going to be hell here in the city. I'll just say that, okay? So follow me.
Well, I'm
see what
not.
we can do.
It's like, I lean over to Eldred. I'm like, why are people always threatening us?
Eldred whispers in your ear, "Have you seen us?"
Yeah, we're not evil or bad, really. I mean, we're mildly irritating at best and definitely confusing.
I think you
There's the group
landed.
name.
I think you landed on the group name. Eldred says,
Mild irritant?
"Yes,
But confusing.
mildly irritant and subtly is confusing." At your service, sir.
The initials form MISC for miscellaneous.
There you go.
Yeah.
We are miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous. Do you have a
What do you need?
problem
You can do it.
that other people are too expensive to get? Get the miscellaneous group in on it. They're like the A team, but not.
The A team, B team, C team, and D team, and E team out of your price range? You're not sure how to categorize your adventure? Call upon us. Miscellaneous.
Now we're leaning in toward an actual group name, but continue, yes.
So the guard looks down the hallway to your left as you pass it, and there's a guard at the end. He nods to him, waves his hand like everything's okay here. On your right are a couple benches and a set of stairs going up. Opens up the next set of doors.
You come around the corner and see Admiral Akbar. It's a trap.
You come around the corner and there's 2 cells to your right, and up ahead you just see kind of like devastation. There is a large pit coming out of something from the right and going into the hallway, and there is crushed stone and planks and wood all over the place. As you go through there, he says, we had a little more terrorist activity here, so excuse the mess, but you're going to have to step over the debris. This was happened a little earlier tonight.
Dear Bacchus. This is some powerful magic.
Yeah, kind of surprising coming from magic students. Didn't think they had this sort of magic, but you know.
They get hold of one bad spell. That's all it takes.
So he goes forward and goes around the corner. Now watch the pit there.
Okay.
As you get further, you see that it's a jail cell on the right, and that there's a huge hole in the floor and a large stone pillar, square stone pillar coming up out of it at an angle, going up and kind of crushing into the ceiling above you. And not bursting through it, but definitely kind of causing damage to the ceiling. And then you go around the corner and you see 2 more of these pits that you kind of have to wander around. And there's just...
Yep.
The whole place is just destroyed by these large pits in the floor and these pillars. And there's a total of 4 pillars coming up through the floor. Make me a perception check.
Yeah. 25.
Okay. You notice around the one pillar, we'll say this one, there are body parts and like blood and entrails and stuff just hanging from the pillar and on the floor around you. Like you almost trip over a leg and a foot that's detached from the body.
Shit.
And up
you guys
against
said you
the
had
ceiling,
this under control. Fuck.
up against the ceiling where the pillar has met the ceiling and buckled the ceiling. Between the pillar and the ceiling, you see the partial upper remains of a body. You see like the chest and arms just hanging forward and the head with these dead eyes just looking blankly and the tongue lolling out. And like just periodically some sort of fluid dripping out of the mouth onto the floor by where you were going.
Oh, damn. I can't fix that.
It goes right through here.
At least not yet. Dear Bacchus. That's messy.
And he brings you into another room, and there's a guy behind a desk. Looks up. He says, I just need to take these citizens to see the captain. And the guy kind of motions to the door across the room and says, bear you than me, he is none too pleased today. Guy goes, oh, great. Knocks on the door across, and all you hear from inside is a voice that says, you better have good news. It'll just take a moment of your time, sir. And he turns around, looks, and like motions you quickly.
All right. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Nope, that's a door close. Come on, token. There we go.
Okay.
And I enter the room.
Okay, and says, shut the door behind the desk.
Yep, we both did it.
The guard that brought you in and says, Captain, these 2 citizens state that A, they know the dwarf and the child downstairs. B, they have experience catching terrorists. And C, they might know something about the college students. I'll leave it to you, sir. And the guard turns around and exits.
What?
Damn.
What the fuck? I didn't say all that. Did he imply? Did I imply that? This guy's starting to hear shit. Hello, Gaius, cleric of Bacchus. Pleasure to make your acquaintance on this very early morning. I will be brief.
Thank
Apparently,
you.
crazy dwarf and a who I know, a overly heroic halfling downstairs. Hello, I slide the documentation over. We have worked with the guard before. We were part of that team that found the first child out over east side from the bitch area. The two you currently have locked up, I guess, they are members of that said team. I'm curious because I just also none of your guards are hurt or anything, right? Because I saw the mess that was back there. I can do some healing if you guys need healing.
It was just a college student.
Is everyone good?
I believe it was one of the college students that created that mess.
Oh, okay. I figured before I get into a spiel, if somebody was injured in this building and their wounds weren't taken care of, that would be very irresponsible. And I would want to make sure that anyone who's seriously injured, I'd want to take care of, and not leave them for hours suffering in pain.
Oh, yeah. I'm not worried about that. I just would like my jail cleaned up.
Yes. Well, at the very least, I can help at least lighten your load to a certain extent with the two. Don't know the details exactly. I can at least speak to the character of the two. The halfling loves running headfirst into dangerous situations without regard for his body or situation. The dwarf will reluctantly follow behind, usually muttering under their breath. Also, recently taken a blow to the head, so she is a bit concussed still. So I think that's probably chalking up to the whatever your guys were saying about insanity. Apparently,
Yes.
that was a thing.
Well,
And then, also to what your man was speaking of, when I was on my way here trying to locate my friends, I was helping point out some of the college students that were sprinting past. At the time, I didn't realize they were fleeing the guard, but I did direct some of your men at least in the appropriate direction. And to the other part about hunting terrorists, what I said was, if you guys need help with that, we're a group of people, or a group that has worked with the guard before and had success also offering our services to assist with that. Because the way he phrased it was definitely kind of weird and implied things that I did not to him earlier. Maybe he was just, covering his ass so you didn't yell at him later.
well, with many of my sergeants, covering their ass requires an entire circus tent. But so here's the deal. I appreciate your offers. I appreciate your service. If you are indeed one of the people who brought that little Western District kid out of the sewers, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from dealing with strung out kids breaking into candy stores and totally destroying the place and then coming back and destroying my jail, which I am still amazingly pissed off at, and I can't even tell you what it's taking me to restrain my anger as we speak. You now notice there is a large bottle on his desk, and he fills his tumbler halfway up again and just kind of downs it. Says, I have no idea what is keeping me this calm. Anyway,
I understand completely. And this guy brings out a sack of wine and just pours himself some. Yeah.
He reaches into his
I've had
drawer,
a very long
pulls
night
out another glass,
well.
and says, "Don't mind if I do," and kind of puts it towards you.
Oh, hey, there you go. And the Bacchus bless this. And to our healths, and also, I'm assuming you haven't gone to sleep yet either tonight, because my two chuckleheads have been missing and stopping me from going to sleep anytime soon.
Well, there's a name for your group.
Yeah. Shop around more. I can't. I mean, let's be honest. Hey, prospective client, would you like to hire the chuckleheads? No. The answer is no. You wouldn't hire them unless it was for balloon animals and party tricks, which I guess we could do those too.
Speaking of balloon animals, your crazy dwarf friend won't let go of her doll.
Doll. What does it look like?
Kind of like a red dragon with weird elephant ears or something.
Well, as I said, she took a blow to the head, and she's just been kind of slowly recovering. So I kind of ignore the quirks. As long as the swelling is going down, that's the most important part. If she picks up a few eccentricities, I just live with that.
Quirks.
Mm-hmm.
You refer to these things as quirks.
Yes. Well, head trauma can do some interesting things to people.
Okay. Haven't heard it referred to as quirks before. Heard another number of other terms, but okay.
Well, I was trained. I wasn't classically trained here in Seven Rivers. I was out in an abbey, so I might have some old timey phrasing, but it's quirks is the nice way you say it about these people.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Use the wrong word; they will rake you over the coals.
Yeah, this is true. I wasn't going to use any derogatory terms or anything like that. It's just quirk seems a little mild compared to what my guards were saying about her.
Well, you know what? I mean, you said there was one of your men said there was some kind of explosion. I wonder if maybe she got knocked around a little bit, or caught an extra chunk of wood to the skull at some point. Are they hurt or injured in any way?
It wasn't her that took the brunt of the explosion. It was your little child friend who,
oh dear,
reports say he was climbing on the back of the carriage as it was going almost on the roof when it blew up, and he went 100 feet in the air, did 3 backflips, and landed on his feet. That's according to some bystander that told my one of our guards.
How many 20s did you roll?
I mean, to me it sounds a little outrageous, but I didn't really hear. Another one said that the little kid started off looking like a baboon or a gorilla or something, and when it exploded, he turned into a child. And
did you guys interview a bunch of college students?
Yeah. I know.
Jail cell?
Not in the jail.
Those are the eyewitnesses?
No, I mean, there were a lot of students there, and like most of the ones in the cell, I think most of them were tripping balls, but,
That's the legend of Reed is born.
Okay, I can definitely attest to no transmogrification. Is that? Eldred, that's how that... Polymorph? He doesn't know polymorph, does he? Have you taught him polymorph?
I want someone to teach me
shape-shifting.
polymorph.
Yeah, okay. All right, so he's not aware. Okay. Yeah, I can confirm also Eldred here. He's a wizard, so we're the two more magically inclined. Reed cannot transform into gorillas or monkeys.
Why'd already put aside the story that the one person told my guard that he was on top of the carriage when it exploded and ended up surfing a partially exploded horse on the way down before jumping off at the last minute. But that the horse was blue with purple polka dots and breathes fire.
Yeah.
So,
that's...
that's pixie dust for you. That's what that is.
I'm curious. When you asked Reed what
Oh,
happened,
and
what
most
did
of
he
them
say?
said that your kid had a third eye in their forehead, a pink eye. So yeah,
Oh no,
obviously
he's
they
got
were
some.
tripping balls.
Yeah, no, it's definitely tripping balls. Um, yeah. What did anyone ask Reed what happened?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I had a guard down, an officer down there questioning them. As a result of that interview, we're waiting until the Ratskeller opens up, and we're going to speak to a Professor Sparklebottom to
Oh yes,
verify part of their
that's
story.
they were going over there to tell her about some of the information we gathered when we were over in the Eastern District. That's why
Hmm.
they were in that by the Rat Skeller. They were going over there to do that, and while I was meeting up with an old friend elsewhere for a couple drinks, game of cards, that kind of thing.
Game of Cards, was that just a private game, or?
Oh yeah, he and I used to know each other up north. Just shoot the shit, play a couple hands of cards to pass the time, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Because I'm always looking for a good place to get into a game.
Are you
So,
now?
oh yeah,
Oh, have you heard about that tournament that's supposed to be happening?
hell yeah, I'll be
Oh,
there.
man.
Unfortunately, I have to be on duty.
Or, oh, damn. I was going to say, I'm trying to get there myself.
Lots of luck, from what I gather. Getting in there, you'd have more luck having dinner with the Baron. But anyway, your friends. No offense, but you seem like a decent sort of guy. And your
Yeah.
friend there who keeps interrupting and doesn't let us get a word in edgewise, uh, I have no opinion on, but Eldred just leans forward,
Uh-huh.
raises his hand, waves, and says, "Hi." And he says,
He's here
"But
too.
I don't know either of you from Adam, so no offense. But
No, none taken, sir. That's why I was hoping some of the documentation and everything would help clear
yeah,
everything
well,
up.
that'll help. At this point, though, I think what we're going to wait on is until we speak to Professor Sparklebottom, and if they can verify uh,
Oh,
and
yes.
and speak on behalf of your friends, because Professor
Mm-hmm.
Sparklebottom is a respected member of this community that is known to us.
Oh,
Um,
well, if an issue where you can't talk to her, another person that my group has positive associations with is Gilderoy Glorious,
he just kind of
if you're aware
stares
of
at
him.
you and blinks. When was the last time you saw Mr. Glorious?
Oh, it's been a while. Definitely over a week, maybe, or
I
more
would be
now.
very happy to get a character assessment of all of you from him. Where do you think I could find him?
Your guess is as good as mine. I've
Oh,
only ever when we first interacted with him, and just it was a random bar somewhere in the library district. Can't even remember, to be quite honest. But like I said, that was many many weeks ago.
huh.
But
Shame.
yeah. Oh, is he missing or something?
Yeah. From what I
I, b-
gather,
I
there was an attempt on his life. We just want to get to the bottom of who was responsible for it, and well, we just can't
oh
find
yeah,
hide nor
totally.
hair of him.
Oh, that's unsettling. He was such a cool dude.
Huh. Yeah, I've heard some people have said that.
Hmm. Well, I guess if Gilderoy is currently missing in action, hopefully Sparklebottom is around because we've had positive interactions. I guess another person would be oh dang, who's the one wizard that we are friendly with?
Well,
Nickleby? Nickleby? Is that Eldred? That's Nickleby, right? Or am I screwing up names again?
as part of his name, he says.
Well, what the hell's the rest of it? I have
El-
interacted with the gentleman one time.
Eldred leans forward and says, "So sorry to interrupt your conversation, but again, sir, it is Bartleby Nickleby in the
Yes,
Overlook."
Bartleby. I got the last name. The surname's more important than the first.
Eldred just looks at you and says, "Totally agree.
Yeah.
But I'll shut up now. I've spoken too much already, obviously."
Yes, Eldred. Quiet. Stop having
it-
conversations with yourself.
Not me, from the sounds of it. That sounds like our dwarf friend.
I'm definitely going to examine her more closely. Cast a couple of things. So I guess I understand waiting. Could I request that I can see?
Roboting.
Spit has been. Yeah, I don't know what to do.
You're requesting to see them?
Yes. Can I just see them? Especially if you're saying Reed's injured. I want to, at the very least, get him healed up some, so he just doesn't randomly die in your cell due to being blown up, apparently,
Well,
without medical treatment.
normally we don't let anybody down there without being visiting hours, but yeah, I can do that.
Much appreciated.
But from all accounts, from what I hear, he blew up, went high in the air, did all these somersaults there, landed flat on his 2 feet, just like it was nothing. It didn't seem like he was hurt at all, according to eyewitnesses, from what I hear. But yeah, no, I'll allow it.
Okay.
He gets up, quickly downs the wine, then quickly downs the rest of the whiskey, picks up the bottle, goes to pour, and says, "I'll come back to that." Goes and opens up the door. Basically escorts you out. Opens up the door right here. And says, "If you head to the bottom of the stairs..." Oh, those things are backwards, aren't they? Oops.
We'll use our imagination. Either that or whoever is your architect needs to lay off the sauce when they're building the building.
It's a Mr. Escher. If you head down to the first floor, there will be guards. Let them know that I gave permission. If they have any questions about it, they can come up. If they're being dicks about it, just tell them to come up. If they give you a hard time about it and really push, tell them to come up and then come back down and let you in, because otherwise I'm going to be pissed.
Well, Guard Captain, I didn't catch your name. I apologize.
I didn't drop it.
You and I seem to have good working relationship together. Would you like another, some wine?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I would. It's
Yeah, just take
Captain
take the
McClelland, actually.
Oh, Captain McClellan. I don't know what to say about whatever the hell the college students did. Jesus.
It's
Bacchus wept.
Destroying a candy store is, well, it is
Annoying.
bad for the community, and the locals get very upset about it. I'm not a candy eater myself, but this
stay away from
creates
the sweets.
unhappiness for the citizens, which creates unhappiness for me, because it creates unhappiness for those above me. It's the terrorism I'm having.
Unhappiness runs down with.
Yes, along with other things. But it's the terrorism and the destruction of my jails that I have the most problem. And when I get my hands on those pixie dust eating little brats, well, let's just say we won't have to worry about the citizenry, because we'll be dealing with them behind closed doors.
And yes, by the way, I don't know if anyone mentioned it to you, you still kind of have a rotting corpse or bits of one in the other room.
Is it a college student?
Yeah, no, it's more of just like, I imagine the stench will get bad after a while. His middle's kind of like popped like a balloon. And let me tell you, that stench is gonna linger if you don't get it out quick.
No. Our doors seal pretty good. We'll get to it when we get to it.
Okay.
They'll just drip back down into the cells, so that's not my problem.
Oh, God.
Hey, It'll send a message to the other prisoners.
Oh my God, get us out of here, guys! Get us out of here.
Just be happy I'm coming. Just be happy you're getting healed. And hush, you don't hear any of this yet.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So the captain opens up the door to the stairwell, shouts down and says, "Wilkins, yeah, Captain? Let these two chuckleheads, I think that's what they call themselves in. They're going to visit the kid and their batshit crazy mother." "Yes, sir." "Go ahead," he says, and motions you down the stairs.
Thank you, Captain McClellan.
Oh, you're
I think we might go with Team Miscellaneous, because I don't want that chucklehead thing to stick. Anyway, bye, and go down the stairs.
He goes, "Well, if anyone asks, just you can bear witness and attest to what a tight ship I run and how well everyone's treated. So, have a good night."
Oh yes, you. Oh, well, he's gone now. All right.
So you go down the stairs. The guard they call Wilkins seems to open up the door, lets you into a room that has doors on each wall, takes you to the door on the opposite side of the room, opens it up for you, takes you down a hallway. There's a door on one side and a door on the other side, and then one at the end of the hall. Opens that one up, lets you pass through it. When you get through it, he shuts the door behind you and locks it with a couple, there's like 3 locks on it. And in this room, you notice a cell to your right, on the right-hand wall, like packed to the gills with college students that just kind of look like they're falling asleep on their feet. The cell to your left, on the left-hand wall, is destroyed. There's 4 pillars that have come up at all different angles, kind of like when you see quartz in a cave, like those rods of quartz that come up out of the stone and just are at all sorts of weird angles and crisscross and everything, except there's just stones and boards and destruction in the cell everywhere you look, and you can even see the light from the floor above coming down. And the bars have even been pulled out of their moorings. So the bars to the whole wall of bars of the cell are hanging precariously at an angle from the one side. And there, directly across from you in the cell, you see Nikita sitting on a bench, Reed sitting in a corner looking like he might be trying to doze off, and Butt Trumpet on the bench next to Nikita looking like they're dead. Just laying there.
Well,
You found us! Oh, thank you so much.
yeah, I mean, I literally had to put a tracking device on one of you because this thing happens way too frequently. I'm going to have to LoJack all of you.
And Eldred says, "And thanks to my quick wit and fast talking, we were able to get down here to see you." And he looks at you, Gaius, and says, "Right?"
It's 100% true. One of us is definitely lying. Or maybe both. No, it's definitely both in this case. Well, good. This is good news, bad news. First off,
Eldred says, "You're
Reed.
stuck in here."
Reed, how bad? Well, I won't lie. Apparently, you guys came across as a little bit insane.
What?
Eldred says, "Little bit." The guy used the phrase specifically, "batshit crazy."
He did
I
use
got
that
blown
term.
up. I wasn't crazy.
Well,
They
you got. Wait, hold on. First off, how messed up are you? Like, what? So, what does Reed look like? Does he look blown up?
No, he has scratches here and there, and like he obviously took a little blow to the head with something, and there's like some blood dripping down the side of his head that kind of goes down into his neck, into his shirt and stuff. That's like the worst of it. Everything else, there's just like scratches and some lacerations and cuts on all the exposed skin. You do notice in some of his shirt some splinters, but other than that, he looks fine. Oh, and some of his hair, some of the stubble of the hair that had started to grow back is singed on one side. But other than that, he looks perfect as could be.
Well, that's not what you would describe as perfect. In fact, looks like somebody who is in need of medical assistance.
Eldred says, tomato.
It's either you're been blown up or not. This isn't semantics.
I beg to disagree, says Eldred. I've fought semantics, and it is totally different.
Okay. Whatever at this point.
Reed leans over to Nikita. It's more of that wizard talk.
And they say I'm crazy. What the fuck?
Eldred says, yeah, batshit crazy. It's about time someone realized.
I don't try to hide it. I just take very good care of my doll, Butt Trumpet, and I gesture to Butt Trumpet sitting beside me.
Butt Trumpet just kind of rolls their head and lets the movement kind of cause their hand to wave. And they kind of have this kind of really weird, wide-eyed, disturbing grin on their face and says, I'm a doll.
Oh, fuck. Sorry.
Now,
yeah, I would have locked you up too. Guys, what?
Reed, show the cleric on the doll where the carriage blew you up.
Don't touch the doll. Don't.
It just hit me in the head and splinters.
No shit. Yeah. At which point I just finger gun at you, healing word, like there, bippity boppity, splinter be gone. You got 11 hit points back, and like cool. the splinters just kind of like ooze out and drop to the ground, and some of the other stuff. It's like okay. So, FYI, Nikita, I did tell them you took a blow to the head, which is why you're acting the way you're acting, right? I mean, you probably have taken a blow to the head recently, so we just chalk it up. Okay, yeah. And Reed?
There's a bounty on them. Yes. I didn't want to attempt to explain.
Bounty on who? On who? Oh.
The doll's
I don't think the guards are the ones trying... I don't think the guards are going to try to collect the bounty by the illegal people thing. Like,
but they locked us up when it was obvious we didn't do anything. They took the word of these drunk college kids.
Well, actually, they kind of really didn't. I talked with the captain. They've dismissed some of the... By the way, apparently, Reed, you rode a blue horse with pink polka dots and surfed it away from the explosion. Yeah, so they've dismissed... Well, they dismissed most of the stuff, but to be quite honest, I guess you guys sounded so shady when they interacted with you that they just wanted somebody in the community that they were aware of.
I did get hit in the head, but I don't remember the blue thing. Purple.
It's because it didn't happen, Reed.
Blue thing. I think that was the kids.
Which
remember
it helps that a lot of them were probably on drugs. But sorry, Nikita, what? Go ahead.
I did make a really great landing though. You would have been so proud.
Yes. Awesome. Epic. Nikita. Reed, shut up now.
There was somebody in back of the crowd, I thought maybe one of the kids, who was trying to pin it on Reed. That's why I was yelling it first. they said, "Hey, that kid did it." And I'm like, "He's not the kid. He's a halfling." And it just
Right.
kind of went from there.
Just kind of wildly out of control from there. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, like, I've provided some documentation, proven, kind of like at least who you are to a certain extent. So at the very least, Sparklebottom should be able to clear this up, at least knowing who you are and everything. And if worse comes to worse, the guardsmen over at the colonnade area where we've done the work, and it might take a little bit of extra steps, but getting word that you're not terrorists is a possibility.
Terrorists? What the fuck? The ring did say
Well,
he saw them, though.
I did. I saw them.
What they look like?
Uh,
Did they have defined features,
yeah.
characteristics that stood out?
I don't really remember. I got hit in the head.
Okay.
But they were, but one guy was putting something by the wheel of the carriage, and then another
Mm-hmm.
couple guys put something in the box on the back of the carriage, and then they ran when the people came out of the rat skeller. There was the lady and like some guards, and
Mm-hmm.
when the carriage started going, I tried to warn them, and that's when it blew up.
Ah, okay. So you saw someone messing with the carriage,
Yeah.
chased after in a hope to stop, and then it blew up. Okay.
Right.
How coherent was that story you just told me compared to the one you told the guard? Was it just as confusing and I had to sort it out? Or were you more punch drunk when you said the story the first time?
Nikita, was I confusing?
See, it makes sense to me, but apparently I've also been hit in the head, so.
Yeah, okay, it was just I could. Oh God! All right. Well, the good news is
I didn't really.
you're not
I
going
didn't
to
really
die.
think that. I didn't really
Nobody
think to
actually
try and
probably thinks.
get a good look at them.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't really think to get a good look at them. I was just.
Oh no! Well, listen. You followed your instincts. You wanted to potentially stop someone from getting hurt, and that's good. It's just this is what happens sometimes when there's a bunch of idiot witnesses who claim to apparently see. I guess the one thing might have been a unicorn. Is that a thing? Wait, are those real?
Eldred
Yeah,
says,
anyway.
"Really?
I don't know.
A horse with a horn on his head?
Oh yeah.
With a
Oh, sorry.
rainbow-colored
Did you?
mane that farts sparkles?"
Now you're just adding extra details that are not true.
No, I read a book that said about that.
Did you? What's
Yeah.
the title of the book?
Um,
And the author? And then the page that you used to describe. Is there an end? Do
oh
you
yeah,
have-
The Satanic Verses by Salman Rushdie.
You, excuse me, read a what now?
So,
Anyway,
Women's Day.
so guys, are you?
Anyway,
are
guys.
you can't get us
Better
out of here
Homes
right
and Wizards.
Well, I probably
Did
could
you
have
tell them
got
we're
you guys.
heroes? Did you tell them we're
I
heroes?
specifically said you had a hero complex that has gotten you into trouble before, in mostly just physical self-harmy ways, not doing evil or anything. So,
Guy is
like,
verified that you're
chasing after-
batshit crazy, is what he's saying.
Nope,
Ugh.
that is not what I said. I said he wants to be a
I'm
hero,
paraphrasing.
and he does things. You're paraphrasing poorly. You're getting the wrong story here. Anywho, so it seems like if we just wait, because it is like probably 5 a.m. now, a few hours.
It's actually
Oh, that's
it's
fine.
going on 6 probably. And
Perfect.
Oh.
So
as you say that, you do notice that through that little vent of a window where you spoke to them, Gaius, and they heard you, you are beginning to see some light outside that is not lantern light, but actually daylight coming into the square. And I am going to need each of you to give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Do.
Ooh, 8.
It's a 20-sider, right?
Yes, please.
Yep.
Wakey, wakey.
I got 8.
Okay. Okay. Butt Trumpet is the only one who no, excuse me, Nikita is the only one who passes their saving throw. What happens is you get a point of exhaustion because none of you have slept in 24 hours at least. Now, I'm going to go over with you what the mechanics of exhaustion are real quick because I do it a little differently than the books. I've taken my own things from the past and mixed them with some other people's stuff. Tried to make it pretty simple. 1 point of exhaustion. You have -2 on all rolls that you make, that's saving throws, skill checks, attacks, anything. Plus, you lose 5 feet of movement. And by the way, these stack. So if you get more than 1 point, they stack. 2 points of exhaustion. You now have -3 on all rolls, and you lose 10 feet of movement. Plus, you lose all reactions. So, for instance, if someone's going past you or moving away from you, you don't get the attack of opportunity. That's a reaction. Eldred would not get the chance to put up a shield spell as a reaction. Things like that. 3 points of third point of exhaustion, you get disadvantage on all rolls, and your total movement is halved. The fourth point of exhaustion, you get only 1 action or a bonus action, either or. You only get 1. If you have more than 1 attack available, you only get 1. Spellcasters can't cast any spells that have concentration because you cannot concentrate. Also, on your ability rolls, on any rolls that involve your abilities where you have bonuses, all those bonuses are gone. You no longer get the +2 or +3 or +1 that you might have for your strength or your dexterity. And then if you get 5 points of exhaustion, your speed is reduced to 5 foot. And if you get 6 points of exhaustion, you're dead.
Oh my.
So right now, all of you have 1 point of, all of you except Nikita have 1 point of exhaustion. So you lose 5 feet of movement, and you have -2 on all your rolls at this point.
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
Does short rest interrupt exhaustion
Long rest.
at all, or does it is that just a long
Has
rest?
to be a long rest to get rid of a point.
Okay. Well, I am. Yes. Yeah, I'm a little tired. I guess. Are there benches down here where the cells are, Paul, at all, or
There is a bench in each cell.
not like
No.
outside of the cells, though?
No.
Okay.
By the way, Gaius, give me a perception check.
18.
Okay, you do notice that Butt Trumpet does seem to have some smeary white stuff all over their face and their butt.
What's on Butt Trumpet?
Oh,
Anyone?
bacon grease.
Why? No, you know what? I don't want to like a personal thing that I don't want to discuss.
Yeah, Eldred
Eldred,
says that's
Eldred,
smart,
can you-
Gaius. Prison, it can get really tough. You gotta do what you gotta do. So let's give them their dignity.
Yes. Hey, Eldred, could you digitate that off them?
Oh yeah.
Is that-
Nikita, bring Butt Trumpet over here.
I will stand up with them in my arms. Hold them out to the bars.
And Butt Trumpet reaches through, kind of strokes their hand over them, leans in, whispers, and says, "This may be a bit awkward, but I'm seriously just trying to help." and then motions for you to turn around a little bit, Nikita, and does the same thing around Butt Trumpet's bottom that's also covered in the stuff, and all of it disappears.
Am I safe to turn around now?
Yes, oh, please do.
Okay.
And before Eldred moves away from the bars, reaches through, grabs Butt Trumpet's hand, sticks it up, and gives it a high five, puts it down, and then backs away. And you do notice that the doll all of a sudden gets a little smile.
Отлично. Love it. Perfect. Спасибо, Eldred.
Yeah, so I guess we'll go back upstairs and I'll either talk with the captain or just we'll wait for word. We were not leaving. I just don't feel like standing the entire time.
I appreciate that. Спасибо. That's
that, and the burst innards of that college student are starting to affect the smell down here. Just a touch.
It sounded horrible.
It was gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was horrifying. I'm not gonna lie.
I try and get Gaius close so I can speak to him low so nobody else hears. I can, if it comes to it, I can pick the locks probably and get us out of here. So just let me know if I have to do that.
Yeah. No, we probably shouldn't do that because they know our names now, like our real people
I know.
names.
That's why I didn't do it.
Unless
yet.
we're leaving Seven Rivers, because then yeah. This is
Eldred
pretty much
says,
what's going to have to happen.
There's also like 4 doors between here and the outside, and they made a big show of locking all of them.
Yeah, and there's a lot of guards right now.
I know.
So just on the back burner. You don't know how to teleport yet, do you?
Nikita.
Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was just going to ask Butt Trumpet if perhaps they would prefer leaving with the gentleman instead of sitting in the cell with us.
Butt Trumpet
Oh
says,
no!
I'll do whatever you want. Although, do I need the bacon grease again to get back out?
Shit. Sorry.
It's okay. We'll just, for now, they're fine here. Just keep doing the doll thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll go up and see if hopefully they heard anything from Sparkle Bottom. I'll go back up again. Yes. Listen, we'll get this cleared up. Sleep the entire. What day is today now? Is this Sunday?
It is.
Or is it Monday now?
It is the morning of Sunday. Is Sunday morning. Officially Sunday morning right now.
Gotcha. We make it a lazy Sunday and just sleep for most of it. Anywho, so I'll go upstairs and double check.
Okay. Before you do that, as you turn to go, you hear, "Hey, Mister."
Yeah.
You turn around to the other cell with all the kids in it, and there's one kid, long hair, kind of bedraggled, and like acne all over his face, says, "Come here, man."
I mean, we're having a conversation. What?
Well, I was hoping you could get a message to my brother to let him know that I need help getting out.
What's your brother's name? And I guess your name would probably help. And where he's at? I mean, I don't mind passing along a message. What the hell are you kids in here for? I assume not that. And,
No. I don't know how
there.
the hell that happened.
Well, yeah, me either.
Well, we just kind of wanted some candy.
Oh, you're
And didn't go
The
well.
came through. Yeah. Hey, quick tip for somebody who's lived a hard life. If doing something that will then require something after act, like
Roboting.
you do. Damn it to hell! I don't know what to do about that. Just let me refresh the page. Hopefully that fixed it. Am I still a robot?
No, you're not roboting. You're a little muffled, but I'd rather that than the roboting.
So what you do is, like, I'm assuming you guys took something and then you wanted candy, yeah?
I'm sure what we took had nothing to do with that. It just, we're
Bullshit.
college kids.
That just, yeah. Anywho, so, technically speaking, then, how about that? If you were to ingest something or smoke something or drink something that then required cravings afterwards, buy those beforehand and break into a building filled with them. Just saying. Also, did you know a lot of sugar in it?
What was that?
Has a lot of sugar. You know, it's
Kind of starts scratching at a blackhead and says, "No, I didn't know it had a lot of sugar in it, man."
oh yeah, it's a sugar. But anyway, your name.
You know what? Actually, I think I'm good. You kind of seem like a narc, man. I think I'm
narc?
good.
I'm a narc. Okay.
It's okay.
Well, I guess. Sure, your brother. Going to get you anytime soon, I guess. So,
whatever, It's about this time
Hey.
that you hear the locks on the door, and a couple guards come in with tin trays. Each tin tray has a loaf of bread on it, a pitcher, and a bowl. There's a little door at the bottom of each cell that they're able to basically slide the tray through after they open it up, and they are able to pass the pitcher through the bars and lay it on the tray. And Nikita, you and Reed and Butt Trumpet get one tray with one full loaf of bread and one full pitcher of water and a bowl. And the college student between you, yeah.
Ugh.
And the college students
really
get
miss the
like
stone's throw.
three trays and 3 loaves of bread and 3 pitchers and 3 bowls.
hard prison conditions as Gaius is drinking wine and just pulling like fucking.
Stop rubbing it in.
Well,
You're gonna
What,
come
my
back
guard,
for us,
dude?
right?
I'm not going upstairs.
He's not.
to sit-
He's not. He just said it. But Reed, come here, says Eldred.
I get as close as I can. Yeah.
Eldred looks around like obviously trying to be suspicious, like trying to look suspicious. Reaches into his robes, especially looks at the kids and is like, and then like purposely like turning his back, obviously turning his back to the college kids, pulls something out, reaches through the bars, takes your hand and presses something into your hand, and then just kind of pulls back, acting very like overly nonchalant, and says, "Yeah, guys, I think we should leave now. All's
Can I
good."
sneak a peek?
What, Reed?
Can I sneak a peek?
Yes. He
It's a
gave
bunch of
you.
fucking bacon. What do you think?
It's
it is?
bacon. He gave you a fistful of bacon.
Yes.
How old is that bacon? I don't even care. I don't want to know.
I will determine by tasting it.
Constitution check.
If you taste it,
I pass
it
some to
tastes
Nikita.
bacony. There's just absolutely no crispness to it at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Limp bacon.
undercooked bacon.
All right.
Hey, there's your group name, Limp Bacon.
It's
No.
better than no bacon. So I
Mm.
offer some to Nikita and sneakily offer some to Butt Trumpet.
Butt Trumpet definitely takes some.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Butt Trumpet. I am good. Thank you, Reed. How much of the bread would you like?
As much as you guys don't want.
I will give you half and we will split the rest. You seem to have the appetite.
Thank you.
Okay, so Gaius, do you want to do anything else with your friends here?
Just stay strong, guys. Be up, literally, just upstairs. Do you not in prison, Reed? It's just jail. It's but I'm gonna go upstairs and exhaustively wait for some kind of clearance to get these people out of here.
Okay,
Oh
so
my
you're
God.
going to go upstairs and see if you can wait?
Yeah, I'll just be like, hey, listen, I know you guys are waiting for clearance or whatever for Nikita and Reed down there. I will, if you don't mind, I'll instead of having to come back and all that nonsense, can I just sit on a bench and wait?
The guy kind of looks at you, looks around. There's not a bench around here. There's a cabinet and things like that. He says, "Hold on a minute." Knocks on the door where the captain was. And from inside you hear a loud belch and a "What the fuck is it this time?" And the guy
It's
kind
me,
of
the guy with the wine.
says, the guy with the wine and his friend, they want to wait for their friends. You hear another belch, and his voice is definitely a little slurred. And he says, "We don't have any fucking benches to wait on, but you can put them in a cell if they want that. I mean, there's a bench in the
Rude.
cells,
I mean,
but with everything going on, I can't have people just wandering around."
sit down. How long? I guess not talking to the captain, like leading to the other guy. It's like, how long do you think it's going to take to get the word from whoever?
I
Get
really
these people
couldn't
out of
say,
here.
sir. Who are they? Who are they talking to?
Sparkle Bottom.
Who's
They're trying to
that?
find what. She is a university professor, but she also works at the Ratskeller too at night.
Oh,
They were on their way to talk to her, and that's
wait,
when all
professor's
this.
a cocktail waitress?
Nope. I think kind of like the owner or one of
Oh,
them.
with a name like that, I thought she
Something like
might be a cocktail waitress.
You know what? I thought the same thing too at
Well,
first. I mean, it's a name that just
well,
maybe not
wait a minute, wait
cocktail
a minute.
waitress, but
Let me just ask you this: with a name like that, are they a gnome?
oh yeah.
Oh, well, then that makes perfect sense.
Oh, does it? I
Yeah,
literally have just started meeting gnomes for the first time, so I'm ignorant of their culture
yeah,
in many
no, that's
ways.
definitely a gnome name.
Oh,
Well, so you're waiting on a report back from someone at the Ratskeller. That's what you're saying?
potentially, yes.
Okay. Well,
The captain
I would.
implied that it was today, or
Okay. Well,
this
yeah, it'll be today. But here's the thing. If I'm not mistaken, the Ratskeller doesn't open up till like 4 in the afternoon. It's a bar.
Nobody went there at night when they were first told yesterday to anyone. Damn.
What time did they get pulled in here?
I think the Ratskeller was open when they got pulled in here. I guess because they were
Okay.
going there to actually
Okay.
interact with her. That's why they're talking to
Well, the
get
way
her.
things have been going on, I'm sure your friends weren't interviewed right away. What time?
Mm.
When did they get interviewed?
Oh, that's I'm not sure. I know the captain said he sent down an officer to interview them at some point. I don't know what. That obviously happened probably pre all of the pillars and the exploding college students ago.
Yeah, dude, that happened like right the fuck behind me, like the wall shook.
Oh, that is crazy magic, right?
I
What
had,
the
I had,
hell?
see those two holes on the wall there? I had a bookshelf up there filled with ledgers. Do you know?
Mm.
I dove out of the way. Those things almost hit me in the head.
Just, that's what happens when you give magic to kids sometimes. They just go crazy with it.
I
The
know,
desire to use it on just anyone who even remotely upsets them.
dude. That's why we started putting them in the basement. The crap these kids do with that magic shit. Like,
Gotta be.
well, I mean, they've never destroyed a cell like that. I mean,
Well,
these must be
I'm
upperclassmen or something because that's really messed up shit.
Yeah, it strikes me as like maybe they were trying to do one thing and then did that because I'm almost certain they didn't plan on squishing themselves to death.
Well, they are college students. I mean, if you even if I even began to
Please.
tell you some of the crap we've pulled students in here for,
I can guess.
running around the streets naked is one thing, but flying through the streets naked with beer,
Wind chill.
That sounds so fun, actually. Eldred, you're taking notes, right?
there was a little old lady who like had I don't know what happened, but she fell over dead because of it. They didn't even lay a hand on her. She just they flew around her and she like keeled over. I think they swooped her.
Enjoy? It swooped her? Is that a thing? Is that a new thing?
Swooping is bad.
Yeah, they do. When they do that flying shit, they like swoop down and like sometimes they'll like flick people's ears and stuff. And I just,
Takes a certain amount
if
of
they're naked,
coordination,
I'm
man.
assuming they're flicking the ears. I God only knows what they're doing,
Oh, it just okay.
Perhaps
These
as
kids-
they do it, they yell, "Swoop! There it is."
I think I've heard someone say that. Now that you bring that, and they've said other messed up stuff too. Some I can't even repeat. And
I'm assuming like the doors are open to the jail cell. That's how they're able to interject into this conversation.
yeah, and I'm not even about to go into about the naked bombing flights that they do because that's just disgusting.
Naked bombing. Oh my.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I imagine something like that would make the mass herd happy.
So, but like I said, they're not going to get to the Ratskeller until later this afternoon. And from what you're telling me, they probably didn't get interviewed until sometime this morning, because he looks around, makes sure no one's listening, looks across the room to make sure the door is shut to the captain's office.
Mm-hmm.
We bring people in here. There is no rush to get to them to question them. I mean, part of the routine is to let them sit and stew for a while. So,
well, like I don't want to question the efficacy of your interviewing and interrogation, but generally, if shit just blew up, and there might be co-conspirators or people around that also might have been involved, I don't wait on asking people questions. Just saying.
Oh, only one or two guards were questioning witnesses.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
there was only a handful of guards questioning witnesses. We had the few that were dealing with your the crazy dwarf lady and the the son. One of the guards was talking about getting the son taken away because she's obviously nuts.
It's
And
not how that.
but no, we
I think they
we
might
were.
even be the same age.
That's messed up, dude.
I don't.
I didn't even know
I
that
don't
was
think you
possible.
understand. He's not a kid. I don't.
But
He's a-
halfling
he's a
has half
grown
in
adult.
it, right? So couldn't his other half
yeah.
be dwarf?
You know what? You're right. It could be, but I would expect a beard, right? If at least,
Well, maybe he hasn't
or at
reached
least some
beard
kind of
growing age yet.
Is that a thing? I just thought they started with a beard. Is that
Wow.
how dwarfs work? I don't know, man. Listen, I grew up in a community with mostly humans.
That would be
it was wild
weird
when I
ass
met
bird, wouldn't it?
Oh,
Any
well,
sign
I mean,
yet?
you know.
Oh, I see the beard.
Yeah, I mean, it might. I don't know. Listen, I grew up in a community. It was wild when I met a half elf the one time. We just thought they were a normal elf. Because we were a bunch of ignorant bumpkins.
We've had all citizens of all races and creeds in here, and wow,
Yeah, I've seen some
just
crazy
wow.
shit since
I
I've come
will
to
tell
town.
you this: I don't judge people based on their race or their sex
height.
or anything like that. But I will tell you this: if they find themselves in here, a lot of times I'll be prepared to judge them just for being in here for some of the crap that goes on.
And you see, that's what I'm talking. Well, also I'm not going to sit on the bench in the jail cell because it gives like just a negative. Anywho,
Frozen. Oh, there he is.
Whoops, there he is.
Refreshing the system again.
Okay.
My computer's not liking me for some reason tonight. Anyway, but yeah, no. Yeah, that's why I'm not sitting on the bench in a jail cell downstairs, because that just gives off a negative connotation that I don't associate it with my person.
Dude, also, I wouldn't sit in one of those cells anyway. They don't clean them as often as they should, trust me. And the crap that goes on in there, you just don't want. It's not healthy.
Oh, well, hey, guess what? That one, all of his like bits are like kind of just slowly oozing down that pillar.
Oh, I know. I'm right here. It's right through those doors. I smell it.
I told the captain he didn't seem to give a shit.
He does have a lot on his plate. Well, not like that isn't on his plate, but he has a lot on his like duty plate. Wait a minute. Duty plate doesn't sound right either. He has. There's a lot going on.
Try again. Yeah. Oh no. That from like a medical point that is broken hell just to have rotting corpse people.
Rotting corpse. That would be a great bard group name.
Oh,
you know what?
Yeah, or
you know what? Never mind, because I think I know that name because I think they actually played the Ratskeller.
Oh, I was going to say also the great name of a venue with some.
Oh
where
yeah.
You would have,
yeah.
Like you get all the rough and tumble bard groups coming in.
Yeah.
With their dark clothes, and I'm sure they've got chains and other.
No, that's
bullshit.
the Ratskeller.
Yeah, that's that is a Ratskeller.
Yeah. But yeah, you see the guy look up and he looks over at the door across the room and his eyes go wide and he just freezes.
I said, is the captain right behind us?
He's in his doorway. And you look over and he just belches again. And you look and his eyes have gotten really glassy and red. And he's just like, don't you have work to do? And the guy's like, sir, yes, sir. And he starts writing on a piece of paper. And if you look over, he actually has kind of written it upside down that looks like a 3-year-old's crayon scrawl that says, you should probably leave.
Okay. Well, thank you for all that you've done for me today, Captain McClellan. And I just kind of like whine.
And he just lifts up a glass and puts it out.
I pour him good, healthy bit. Just I'll be back later to
Okay.
get stuff, people from you. I will hang out at a bar establishment restaurant nearby and wait
Okay.
for word. Right
Okay.
over there. I'm trying to do this before my computer craps out again.
No problem. We'll see you then. And as you leave, we'll go down to the cell again to Nikita, Butt Trumpet, and Reed. Basically, what happens is Gaius and Eldred leave. A little time goes by, and that same officer, the woman, comes down with her guards, followed by an older gentleman in robes and a female in robes. They go over to the student's cell, and the guard says, "Last chance, you know what information I'm looking for." And all the students sitting on the bench just cross their arms again. And the guard says, "Your funeral." Which one? Which one? The older guy looks at the woman. She looks him over with this steely glare, points to one of them and says, "Them." The officer looks to the guards and says, "Get him out of there." And the guards start opening up the door to the cell, and all the students start looking at each other nervously, like, what the? And the guards go over to the one they pointed to and say, "Come with us." And they're like, "No, man, I'm good here. I'm good. No." And they just bend over, each take an arm, and start pulling them out. And it's like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And then, like, right as they're at the door, turns around and says, "I never tell Mabel I love her. I never told her, man." And they take them out. And just before that, "I love you, Mabel." And they open up the door, and they all go out and lock the door behind them. This sort of thing happens throughout the course of the day. Periodically, they come down, pick a student, and take them out of there. Some are a little more dramatic than others. Some are real cool as a cucumber. Some, you notice there are a couple that seem to be still kind of just tripping balls and like not even realizing anybody's there. But eventually, just 3 of them are left. You estimate there was probably at the beginning close to 20 students in that one cell, and now there's just 3 left. So that is kind of what your day has been. It gets a little later in the day. Some time has gone by since the last student was taken that has been taken, and the last 3 students are looking real nervous. And eventually you hear the locks on the door rattle, and in comes the female officer with her guards, starts walking across the room, and then turns and stops in front of your cell and says, "Well, we finally had a chance to talk to Professor Sparklebomb once they finally opened the bar. And that is where we're going to stop for this evening."
Dang it.
Of course it is.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We hope that you will join us in the future. Once again, we air every Sunday night at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can catch up on back episodes on YouTube. Just find us at Grognard and Friends, all one word, or split up. I think both of them will bring you to us. We would love to have you join. Give us a subscribe, a thumbs up, give us a follow here on Twitch. All of it helps. We're just a bunch of friends who we're a small little streamer, so every little bit helps. So let's find out next week what happens if our friends get out of jail. So tune in next week. Same Grognard time, same Grognard channel, same Grognard Cell Block 6 fun.